would be micro Teslas.
It's all good.
I guess if he has a video
for our first revision, this is the PCB that we ended up getting with. The only issue with this one, it's pretty big, and it wouldn't look very good on someone's arm, so we decided to make it a lot smaller. So for our second revision, we actually removed a lot of these header pins, and we ended up to take a different approach for programming. So we ended up shrinking it down to this size, and what we ended up doing is using what is called pogo pins, which has these small little
So you found that pretty reliable in terms of keeping it there, you can program it and be done.
They kind of program or make contact with small pads on the bottom of the board, and by placing it on top of these, we're able to program straight from the bottom board onto the top one without the use of header pins. So now we actually...
That's pretty easy.
I know. It's
Compare the size, it's a lot smaller. So to have an actual comparison of what the board looks like, it is significantly smaller.
really working hard.
Oh, you got
And the enclosure for our device, it was essentially a box. Our device is a wearable device that has to be able to encase the entire device while also being wearable and unintrusive to the wearer. So we're working on designs like this.
Oh, mine doesn't use this.
That you can wear on your wrist, and when it's on your wrist, it's hardly noticeable. And this would encase everything: your battery, your device, and it allows for charging via USB. So there'll be a hole for the USB charging. All the enclosure stuff was done in Blender, in 3D modeling, and printed on 3D printer. We're still working on a final design for the enclosure.
So right now I'm working on MATLAB to design some algorithms for sensor fusion. So I managed to find this library for quaternion. So I'm going to use quaternions to do sensor fusion, and once we get it working, we're going to convert it to C and upload it to PSON. So it works.
So for sensor fusion, we start with the gyroscope, and it measures in degrees per second, and so to get orientation we integrate it, and so we get degrees. But when we integrate it, we also get noise, and the gyroscope begins to drift. And so the gyroscope itself uses itself as a reference, so it doesn't know up, down, left, right. And so to correct the vertical drift, we use the gravity vector of the accelerometer to anchor the gyroscope. And in the same sense, to correct horizontal drift, we use the magnetometer, which tells the direction of true north. And so by combining all these sensors, we get sensor fusion.
After being able to implement our code on MATLAB, we had to convert everything into C so that it would be compatible with the PSOC device.
You're slowing us down, dude.
How did that conversion go?
It works really well. You would be able to see it. And once we get to it. Yeah, this is the part we're supposed to show on the video, but I can't spoil the ending for you,
It's just like watching paint dry. But nice paint.
Thank you. I've never been called nice paint before.
That's always the first time. So it did truly work well. I mean, it wasn't easy.
Oh no, it was not
you
easy.
guys got all the subroutines that were that specific and figured it out and took it to fixed point and all that stuff.
We haven't gotten it to fixed point yet, but we managed to get it to the point where we actually able to
So
transmit it.
in order to do that, we used one of MATLAB's programs called CodeGen, which automatically transfers all the MATLAB code and converts it. The issue with this though is that some of the files did not work properly, and we had to go through and debug through the code and figure out where it is that CodeGen didn't convert it properly. Eventually, after looking through, we had to implement our own functions through our own code, and we were able to get it all working together.
Apparently the quaternion library we're using uses so I'm spending the past few days reading up on quaternion math. That stuff is not intuitive at all. Functions by hand. I'm really hoping this works.
Digress.
Let's go to sleep.
For our device, we're using Bluetooth Low Energy and a custom-built service to transfer rotational data from our peripheral device to our central device. The data being transferred is a 4-element float array. The main reason behind choosing BLE for our device was because of the low energy. When running our device standalone without transferring the data via Bluetooth, we noticed that our device slept 12.48% of the time. When implementing Bluetooth Low Energy, our device slept 73.55% of the time. That's a 60% increase in sleep time, which is a huge difference in power consumption. So Bluetooth Low Energy drastically reduced the power consumption of our device while sending data very accurately and very fast.
Oh, you can't see it.
You guys have a live demo?
Oh yeah, we
You want to
do.
get your laptop and set that up while this is finishing?
I just have a cue on there.
Okay, I'll do the live demos later,
Yeah.
right?
Any questions?
Questions?
I was just a little curious about how you kept mentioning what the magnetometer measures true north, right? So does the magnetometer have a built-in ability to compensate for the fact that magnetic north is not perfectly aligned with actual north, or does it measure magnetic north?
It measures magnetic north. One of the issues with the magnetometer is that external magnetic fields can easily disturb it. So for our case, whenever we tried to test it in this room, it was always off because there's a lot of magnetic fields in here. If we tested it outside though, it worked perfectly fine. I mean, even with your phones, like if you try to see north on your phone, it'll give different measurements for each phone. That's what happened with us when we were trying to figure out like why our magnetometer wasn't working properly.
Yeah. So we got this idea from one of the Compass apps that we ended up downloading, where they wanted you to kind of rotate it in different angles prior to actually setting it up, so it's able to calibrate itself. So we tried doing something with algorithms to kind of compensate for that, but due to the time constraint, we weren't able to implement that yet.
Okay. As long as the main thing is to get a,
So
it's not,
maybe I-
it's far off. It's probably not important to get true north. It's just to get a reference point that's stationary.
Yes,
I had a
sir.
question. So maybe I missed it, but how fast are you guys sampling to get such smooth data?
Right now we're sampling, the one that was showing, well, it was too
200 hertz.
bright, but 200 hertz.
Okay, that's it.